Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to the channel. Sarah here. I'm going to do a we're going to do a layered spread for you today. This is going to be for the third week of July, 2025. Keep in mind, Cancer, this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you're interested in having a personal reading done by me, you can go to my website at lionessmoonintuitivetarot.com, and the information for how to obtain that will be on that website. All right, we're going to get into your spread here. Forgiveness is the first card out for you, Cancer. Somebody wants forgiveness because they have tried to move on to other people and they have not been able to replace you with anyone. They ran from this connection, maybe, because they were unsatisfied. But they're realizing that they feel inseparable from you and may want to come in and start a new chapter. There is confusion showing up here, and there's an unexpected outcome. This may be something you're not expecting. Understanding is the overall arching theme. This person is starting to understand something about what happened in the connection with you that they didn't understand. I'm starting to understand your side of the story, is what they have to say. So this person is trying to come in and gain some sort of forgiveness. Now, whoever this is was not expecting for things to turn out the way that they did. What this person is realizing is that in trying to move on to others, they realize that you're irreplaceable. Your energy cannot be matched in others. And they feel inseparable from you. They feel like they cannot actually separate from you. Whoever this is wants to start a new chapter. They are still showing up in a state of confusion, whether they're aware of this, whether they're aware. Often when we're in a state of confusion, we don't even realize we're in a state of confusion. So this person is still showing up as being confused and as to what it is that causes them to run due to dissatisfaction. Whoever this is doesn't even know what it is that's causing them dissatisfaction. And so if you've been in a connection with somebody who ran from you, this person doesn't even know why they're running from connections yet. And so it's almost like there's something that if you get involved with this, there may be an unexpected outcome. Or this person may be feeling like their life turned out unexpectedly when they moved on from you. All right. Let's get the next layer for you. Next layer for Cancer, we've got on the table. On the table, long-term journey. Oh, we've got innovation. Oh, wait, wrong placement, sorry. Innovation, reflection, magic, protection, many choices, and the overall arching theme of this portion of your reading is honest. It says honest work, but it has to do with honesty. Somebody's being honest with themselves about what that is that they need to do as far as understanding your stance on things. Now, it looks like whatever it is that this person thought that they wanted from long-term connections, they're reflecting on it. So there's something that this person, okay, so I'm just going to say that I'm only saying it because I see it. This may not be for all of you Cancerians. It's going to be a very specific message. But if you feel like you were involved with somebody who was constantly throwing in your face that you did not meet certain criteria that they felt like they wanted to fulfill in a connection, they're starting to reflect on what it was that they thought they wanted. Because here's what I've got, okay? This person went towards everything they thought they wanted. They left you. They ended up going towards everything they said they wanted in a connection, only to be left completely disappointed and asking, where is my Cancer? Where did my Cancer go? Where did that person go? That person was so much better for me than what I thought I wanted. That's what I'm seeing here. And so when this person had done this, they actually manifested everything that they wanted. Okay. Now what I'm seeing here is that there is somebody who's coming in towards you. And it looks like they are doing something differently this time. They're realizing something, they're doing something differently. You're going to be in a position where you have a choice on what to do here. Now, you may be feeling like you need to protect yourself from this energy, and you might, because whoever this is was still showing up as somebody who doesn't know what causes them to feel dissatisfied in connection. So they thought that there was something that caused dissatisfaction in them when they were with you. And that was when they had this criteria of whatever it is that they thought they wanted. Moved on to what they thought they wanted, was disappointed there, may have even removed themselves from that connection because they were dissatisfied. And Spirit's trying to say that whatever's causing dissatisfaction in this person is still not removed from their life. They still have not figured out why they are dissatisfied in connections. And so you may feel like you need to protect yourself from this. All right, let's get the next layer out. Two of Swords. The Lovers. The Devil in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Wands. Okay, that's these two cards in correspondence with that. They both mean the same thing. This is sexual intimacy. I can't, this is absolutely like physical intimacy. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Pentacles. The Tower in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles is the overall arching theme. So this has to do with an opportunity of some sort. There's a difficult decision. This may be a difficult decision for you, Cancer. If you're already connected to somebody else, there may be somebody coming back towards you that may feel like there's an opportunity with you. I'm seeing here that you may be connected to somebody right now where you feel like you're not really working well together. I'm just going to also say, though, now part of it's actually a collective issue, okay, is that we get involved in these connections where there's a lot of chemistry. The Ace of Wands to the Lovers, there's a lot of chemistry here, okay? And Spirit's trying to tell you with the Devil in reverse here is that in order to detach from codependencies, we cannot start our relationships off thinking that we are going to be able to make a real life with somebody based only on that energy. And that's kind of the trap. Like, I'm so in love. And then we do these things, silly things we do. Like, we start mirroring each other. Like, oh yeah, you represent everything and anything I know I want in my life. And I have that in common too. And then it turns out once the mask slips that, oh wait, it turned out we didn't have very much in common. Or maybe there are things about each other's personalities that are just almost insufferable. Okay, so that's part of the difficult decision, is not to get too heavily involved with somebody where there's amazing chemistry, but you may not work so well together. We need cooperation in a connection, right? And we've got that Three of Pentacles in reverse, okay? You want somebody who you can build on, who you work well together, who you can rebuild or build with, work together, work towards a common goal where the connection is mutually beneficial and there's reciprocity, equal give and take. And so we have to try and detach ourselves from this type of energy. Now, there's something here. I'm also going to say that for some of you Cancerians, you may have somebody coming towards you who's either just getting out of a connection and rebounding, or this is somebody who's coming towards you and you're just getting out of a connection and this is potentially a rebound for you. And so whatever it is that you're meant to learn on your own may never be learned. Okay, with that tower in reverse, or we're averting disaster of some sort in order to. What I've got here, Cancer, is that you may be attached to somebody right now where you don't want to experience the pain of loss, even though it might be in your best interest to just let that person go. All right. But you do have somebody else coming back towards you. Can we get the next layer for Cancer? Ooh, this cross. The moon. Ooh, okay, I see what's going on. Ooh, now we've got the broom. It's been a very punishing existence. We've got the rider. The magnifying glass. The clock. The dice, and change. And the overall theme is false person. Exactly what I was saying, okay? There's, like I said, there's this mirroring that sometimes we do where we're trying to, like, it's like the Chris Rock bit where he says you're meeting their representative. So we end up getting caught up in these codependencies. That's what ends up happening. So there's something burdensome here about romance too. And there's something burdensome about romance that you need to take a deeper perspective. So you may already, you may have this deep-seated belief that romance is just supposed to be difficult. And it may be because that's all you've ever known. So there's something you're meant to look at more deeply, okay? And that's probably why that tower's in reverse. It's almost like you're averting going through that and actually facing something. There's something in time, you're going to be made to look at something more deeply here, and it's going to be a gamble. Now, whatever this is that you're gambling with, it has to do with either staying where it is that you are, where you feel like you're being punished is what it looks like, or you've got communication coming in that's going to help you to help to facilitate some sort of change in your life. So this false person could be you. Like, I don't want to like vilify anyone who's wearing that mask, because most of us wear it. Most of us wear it for different reasons. It's usually for protection of some sort. Sometimes it's for self-centered reasons. But what I'm getting here is that there's something about having donned that mask that has attracted a lot of pain and burden into your life, okay? And so you may have gone through a period of time where you were trying to appease somebody in a connection, and it's just not working out for you. Now, it looks like you have the potential to detach from that, is what I'm seeing here, because there may be a new opportunity once you get honest. There's something that you haven't been honest with yourself about. And once you get honest with yourself, this new opportunity is going to come in, and you're going to start understanding something about yourself. That's going to be liberating, right? So that you're not making the same, so that you're not getting yourself back involved with these really difficult energies. Okay. Ooh. So we've got never-ending story. Exactly what I was saying. You're saying, thank you, Spirit, for totally confirming what I just said to Cancer. There's something that you keep, it's like I said, it's almost something that you that is so normal to you that you don't even realize that it can be different. Not for you. This never-ending story you've been in is not for you. You can be happy. Once you clean your life up right now, you might have to take out the trash. Orphaned. You may have been abandoned it was showing up that somebody ran from your connection. There's something that you're meant to see in yourself here. You're meant to look at this more closely. We did see the magnifying glass too. To the sea, this could be, you may end up distancing yourself from somebody and allow yourself to think a little bit about what's going on. And in TikTok time, so in time, and that's what was showing up already, is that something is going to change for you, or there's going to be an opportunity for something to change for you. There's been something that's been going on. It's, like I said, it has something to do with burdens within your romances. And it's almost like I said, it's almost like you have accepted that this is just the way it is. Spirit's trying to tell you that it's not for you. And the reason why it's not for you is because whoever it is that you've been connecting to, and it looks like this may have been a cycle, meaning you've probably attracted this more than once, where you have people who are abandoning you, okay? So there's something about that dynamic right now that you're meant to look at more closely. We've got the observer card, almost like try to look at it from the most objective approach possible, where you try to remove yourself from your own ego as much as you can, meaning not take the subjective approach, but be a little more objective and just kind of try and look at what you can be doing differently here. Because it looks like you may want to remove yourself from a situation right now in order to make yourself happy. You can be happy, but you're going to have an opportunity to clean things up in your life after you've been able to see things differently with the observer card. And you're going to be in a position where you're going to start thinking differently about, and once we start thinking differently, obviously our mentalism is the first principle of Hermeticism, meaning you're going to start manifesting differently, right? So let's go through each of these placements. So that you've been in some sort of never-ending story that's been very, very burdensome. And now there's going to be some sort of difficult choice that's coming in. And it's because this person is realizing what it is that they actually want. And it may have been that it was you all along. And they're going to want forgiveness for something they did to you. But this may not be for you. Romance just may not be for you. You may not be into this. It looks like this person is coming in to give you a choice. You're going to have a choice in love, and wanting some sort of, this person may want something long-term with you because they see you as irreplaceable. But you're at very high risk again of being abandoned here, because there's something that you are not understanding about yourself with regard to how you feel about these kinds of connections, okay? And this person too hasn't come to terms with certain things about themselves. So this could be a twin flame connection, I'm just gonna say it. But you're at really high risk of being abandoned again, unless you look more closely at the situation. This has to do with physical intimacy and potentially how it is that you're utilizing your passion. So this is inspired action. And if we're wasting our inspired action on physical intimacy, we may miss out on other opportunities. But yes, there's something you're meant to be reflecting on, looking at more deeply with regard to you actually might be inseparable from whoever this is. But there's still something here about actual romance that it looks like you need to look at more deeply. Like, what is it that you really want? You do need to look at it from a more objective point of view. In time, you're going to realize that the two of you cannot cooperate with each other. See, this is why it's important that we hold off on opening our hearts through these chemical attractions. because after the chemistry dies down and you realize that you don't actually work well together, it makes for a very difficult situation. So it looks like there's going to be a manifestation of a new chapter for you once you do come to these realizations, and you're going to actually remove yourself from the situation altogether. It is going to be a gamble, but you are actually going to put the hard work in to establishing something for yourself and protecting yourself from these other energies that are probably just really confused themselves. So you have the potential to be very happy and get out of this energy of feeling like you're being punished all the time by detaching from these very toxic situations and going on a journey where you're not going to be faced with somebody who's just going to run on you the minute things get difficult. So it's up to you to clean things up in your life when this person comes in to communicate with you. Somebody is trying to overcome the pain of the loss here, but you have the potential to do things differently and not get yourself caught up in a situation where you're dissatisfied. So you're going to be thinking differently about changing. You're going to change things. You do have another choice. It does look like the Tower's in reverse, so you do have a choice. Okay, so when I see the choices card with unexpected outcome, which would be the same thing as the Tower, and the Tower in reverse, is you can either keep things the same, where things feel probably maybe a little comfortable. It looks like you're being punished though, so really try and come to terms with what you are comfortable with, and you have the choice to move in a new direction where life turns around for you and things are unexpected. So, all right. So in the overall arching themes, you've got that there's in time, you're going to realize that there was somebody who wasn't being totally honest or maybe wearing some sort of pathological mask, and you're going to have to get honest. It may be both of you. You might be mirroring each other. If you feel like you take on a very passive stance with people, you might want to consider how that affects you adversely and how not being 100% honest is going to keep you from opportunities. But once you can get there, there are new opportunities out there, and you're going to have a new understanding as to why your life was the way it was before and why it is so much better once you've come to that understanding. So Cancer, that is your layered spread for this third week of July 2025. Thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.